How's it going, everybody? We're here again with another wholesaler. I would say the main wholesaler of the night, Tom Zeeb, and he is actually the feature wholesaler for the wholesaling panelists. And he's going to be teaching the wholesaling class this Saturday. So I can't wait for that. So first off, as another wholesaler, this is great. I always love meeting other wholesalers here. So, Tom, how's it going, buddy?
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, with that being said, as another wholesaler, meeting another wholesaler here, you know, I like it because, you know, it's not this competitive itch. It's this. Yeah. It's this, we work together.
Yes.
You know, it's
yes.
always like that. You know, I'm not trying to take business away from you, and you're not trying to take business away from me.
No, it's the nature of a wholesaler to work with others because we're the middleman, right?
Exactly.
We've got to find the deals and match them up with someone else here at the group. That way we get paid.
Most definitely. Okay. And if you heard a little bit of audio crack, sorry, that's me. I get a little bit excited there.
That's all right.
So with that being said, I try to, you know, I was looking over a little bit of your stuff over here, and I 100% agree with your 5 elements that you put out. So tell me a little bit, or tell the audience a little bit about your 5 elements and what you're going to be speaking about tonight.
Well, what I'm going to be talking about is the key elements that it takes to build any sort of real estate business, but specifically I focused in on wholesaling. But let's be honest, it's an exit strategy. You still have to do the same preliminary things, whether you're going to buy and hold it, whether you're going to rehab it or wholesale it.
Right.
It's the same thing. So we got to master marketing. We really got to break. How do we find deals? Where do we look? What truly defines a motivated seller? Everyone's heard the term, but I like to define it a little bit differently. That's one of the things I'm going to dig deep into at the Saturday class. And so we find them. Where do we find them? How many times do we need to repeat our marketing to them so that we can build a marketing flow and get leads flowing in our way?
Yeah. So master marketing, that is, honestly, that could be a whole class in itself right there, because that's
most of our afternoon at the class.
Yes. Wholesalers are mostly marketers, okay?
Yes.
That is 100%. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that we do, but that is a lot what we do. So then, you know, you talk about what's number 2?
Well, finding it first. Number 2, then once you find it, you've got to make it into a deal. You've got to negotiate.
Yeah.
Because great deals are made, they're not found.
Right.
You find a good lead, you find a lead with some potential, but it's up to you as a negotiator to take that lukewarm lead and turn up the heat and turn it into a red hot deal.
Right.
And that's going to be a matter of negotiation skills. Now, honestly, this is my favorite part of it, because I love the negotiating end of it. Because when you get negotiation right, you get more people saying yes to you.
Yep.
You wind up getting more deals, and you get more profits out of each and every deal. So one of the things I tell people when you train with me is I'm going to take you, I don't care what level you're at now as a negotiator, whether you're totally scared of it or whether you think you're great at it, but I want to take wherever you're at now and make you into an exponentially better negotiator. And I've got some very specific techniques that I teach you to do that. And people are always surprised. They're like, that's a big promise. How do you get, watch what happens when we learn specific techniques, and they're confusing at first, but then once I explain them through, you go, oh, I get it. That's actually simple. And when you use that and implement that, it's amazing what happens to you and your business.
Most definitely. And one thing I'm going to challenge you a little bit about is the word negotiator.
Oh, yes.
Okay, negotiator. See, I don't mean, again,
it's okay.
Different people, different opinion. For me, it's like I'm trying to, when somebody says negotiate, I'm trying to get over on somebody.
Yes.
I'm not like that.
Yep.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to find the real, because somebody's not going to tell you the real reason why they want to sell, or the real hurt, or the real pain, or what they're really.
That's part of our job. So I break negotiating down into 3 major categories. The first one I call pinpoint. Okay. You've got to pinpoint what their problem is, and so when you're pinpointing someone's problem. You're talking to them and you're building rapport.
Right.
You're getting them to trust you. You're getting them to like you. You're getting them to open up to you, so you can keep peeling off layers of that onion, so they are getting down to talking with that. But it's not because you come across like a brash. Brash negotiator or a tough guy. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, because a lot of people. I think the reason you said is most people mistakenly equate negotiating with high pressure sales.
Oh yeah,
and nobody likes high pressure sales.
Nobody likes that.
No, I don't. Which I don't blame them. The way I teach negotiation, it's not that at all. It is. It is not about high pressure sales.
Okay.
It's about helping somebody, which I know sounds corny, but it is. You're opening up. What's your problem? Where are you at? How can I help you? How can we solve this issue? And then that's the first part, that pinpoint. Then you package up a solution that would work for them. Now, obviously, from our perspective, part of that solution is sell to us. We're the investor.
Right.
And then that just leaves us to the third part, which is persuasion. I have to persuade them to say yes to me.
Okay.
That's the core of negotiation. And that's the part I have very specific techniques that I'm going to be training everyone at the event to use.
That's most definitely, like, it's about educating them on exactly what we're doing, on exactly like, hey, what this is. We do this as a business. We're not here as a charity.
Yeah.
You know, this is, you know, we're here to help you, do as much as we can to help you, but we are also here as a business. Okay.
Yeah, I never hide that fact. There's profit involved, but they're not bothered by that as long as you're taking care of them.
Correct.
If you've pinpointed their problem and give them a solution that works, it's a lot easier to persuade them to say yes.
Most definitely. So we're getting a lot of people coming out here in the back. So it is maybe getting a little noisy, but we can still hear because we got these nice, beautiful mics on. All right. So we've seen that in the past videos. All right. Now, with that, we got step 3, 4, and 5. You know, obviously you're gonna go. I'm not gonna go through every single one. Okay. Yeah. You want to go through every single one? Come to the class. Yeah. All right. Come to the class.
There's a lot. Look, I love to teach. I go into deep detail on everything. So it's not here in a few minutes we can give a brief overview.
Yeah.
But I've got you all day long. We're going to sink our teeth in deep.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a lot to teach. I love to teach. I love making sure everybody understands the concepts. I don't want to leave anyone behind. So I'll go over things until people understand it.
Most definitely. Now, I got a question. Do you have a big team of yourself? Do you, for wholesaling or anything, do you just do it yourself?
I mostly do it myself.
Okay.
My wife and I. My wife runs the office.
Okay.
I do the main deals, and I have one virtual assistant that I have allocated part-time to the wholesaling business. So I keep a very lean, mean operation. I get people saying, if you want to do 100 deals a week, then I'm not the one for you, because that sounds like a job.
Everyone's comfortable with what they want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and that's cool.
I take a lifestyle approach to it. So I want a lean, mean operation. I want to have 0 employees, because a lot of business owners I talk to, the number one thing they're complaining about are employees.
Yes.
And I get that. So I don't want any employees, and I just want to keep a nice pace on doing deals and bringing a really nice income to support myself, my family, my lifestyle goals.
That's great. Everyone has to choose their own lifestyle and what they want. So, it's just crazy what we all put up with nowadays, honestly, and what we all settle with.
Yes.
I use the word settle loosely because everyone's different. So.
Or what they, even if not settle, then chase.
Yes.
What people are chasing, sometimes they go, why are you chasing that? One of the things I'm going to walk everyone through at the class as well is how do you figure out what goals you're after, not chasing someone else's dream? What's yours?
Yes.
And it's okay. It's fine if that's a huge goal.
Yep.
That's fine if it's a very modest goal or anywhere in between. It's about you and what you're personally after.
Right. So, awesome. So, all right, with that, for this interview here, we're gonna be done.
Thanks for having a sense of humor. I wanted to have fun with you.
I know you weren't expecting it. Look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kurt.
That's right. I knew you weren't expecting this, so I couldn't resist. I like effing with the money man.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, what's up,
Kurt? What's up, Kurt?
How you been? I'm doing
Kurt.
great.
This is OG
Tigers
right
are
here.
badass, man.
OG right here. So
right, OG.
I will say this.
Thanks.
See you guys.
Saturday, brother.
Sounds good. I'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy the class.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I know you
That's
guys
all
are-
right. That's
Don't
all
worry.
right, Kurt.
Hey, it'll
That's
make,
all
it'll
right.
make, you just went up 10 grand.
We just did. He just made the video better. All right. That's Kurt for you. All right. Well, I put it this way. We'll see you in the next video. All right. Thank you.